Welcome to From Agenda to Action, a City of Ames podcast to help residents better understand decisions being made at the Ames City Council meetings. I'm Susan Gwiasda with City Communications and Outreach, and today we'll go over the highlights and items discussed at the June 9th Ames City Council meeting. To help me explain the meeting, I'm joined by Ames Mayor John Haila. Okay, well, we'll get right into the agenda, but first we'll talk about a meeting before the June 9th meeting. That was a work session that the City Council had with the Ames Community School Board and the superintendent. That meeting was on Monday, June 8th, correct?
That's correct. Yes, we thoroughly enjoyed the meeting with the school board and their school superintendent at the new Ames Center, which has been a recently acquired facility by the school district. They renovated it. Used to be the old Beloit facility there on Northwestern and 13th Street. After the tour, we had a very productive hour and a half long conversation reviewing City Council's goals and some of our priorities. The school district also shared their goals and priorities in written form, and then had quite a robust conversation regarding a variety of ways to help the student population be successful, and also what can we do in the community to support the initiatives and the mission of the Ames Community School District. So I would anticipate that this may be the first of either a annual, maybe a little more frequently held meeting. That's yet to be determined, but we had a number of action points that came out of it. So we're looking forward to continuing our relationship with and partnering with the school district to make our community even stronger.
Great. Well, Tuesday's meeting started with quite a few consent agenda items. One of them was the fireworks permit from Discover Ames.
We did, and our Independence Day celebration fireworks will be held on July 3rd, July 4th, and it looks to me from the item on the agenda that it's going to be a pretty nice looking show. Lots of fireworks are in the works.
Yeah, and we have the 250th celebration this year of our country.
That is a notable and nodal event, and we're looking forward to celebrating as a community and seeing this display put on approximately at 10 p.m. Friday, July 3rd.
Great. Another item on the agenda, look forward to with anticipation from a lot of people, was the Stephen L. Shanker Plaza update.
Yes, we're looking forward to seeing that open up on Monday, June 15th. And people, when they do come to the plaza, may be a little surprised seeing there is fencing around the concrete slab / ribbon that will become the future ice skating area. That is going to be removed and replaced starting after Labor Day. And we look forward to the whole plaza being fully complete, ice skating hopefully this winter.
Yeah, one just clarification about the removal and replacement of the ice ribbon. That was something that was noted as defective.
Correct.
Who's going to pay for the removal and replacement?
All the work that is required by the agreement, including the removal and replacement, is being the responsibility of the general contractor. So the city is not responsible for any costs associated with that. The only costs that we're associated or that we're responsible for paying for, and that is the putting up and taking down the fencing around the ice skating ribbon in the interim between when the plaza is opened up and when the work begins on the removal and replacement.
So here's a pop quiz. How do you get the splash pad water to come on?
Well, it's magic.
Okay.
So we can go out and demonstrate by just waving your hand over the white pylons, and poof, water will come up. So
I bet people will figure that one out.
I think so too, and my guess is that kids will figure it out sooner than what some adults might figure it out. But
and there are signs.
Yes, and we're seeing furniture being put out there for people to enjoy. Adirondack chairs are out. We have park benches, some bike racks going up, and so we're looking forward to seeing programming beginning. And I think we'll see a lot of people out there enjoying the facility as it is intended to be used.
We did get a couple of questions. What's the fee for using the splash pad?
It's very, very expensive. It costs nothing.
It is a park, and
it's a park, and it's for everyone to enjoy.
Okay.
What's the second question you've gotten?
When will it open, and how much does it cost?
Okay, there we go. Well, we've answered both those questions. So
Back to the agenda, one of the items on there was from the Finance Department about a general obligation bond. What happened there?
Yes, our finance director is always looking for ways to minimize the cost of borrowing funds to pay for major capital improvement projects. This is related to the new solid waste disposal facility, which is being built out on Friel Drive. And in lieu of borrowing the money and using the 20-year bond time frame, the idea is that during construction is to have a short-term bond that would hopefully have a lower interest rate. That money can be drawn down on a monthly basis, and then when everything is paid for and everything can be put into a package, then go ahead and issue solid obligation bonds. Initially, they had anticipated that maybe they would get an interest rate for the one-year note for about 2%. Turns out that the lowest bid on Tuesday was for almost 3.75% interest rate. So it was determined that it doesn't make sense to go ahead and do that, given the fact that the estimate for the bonds for 20 years would be about 4% or less. So we really appreciate our finance director and his staff looking for ways to try and reduce the cost for borrowing and making our dollar go as far as it can. But it was a good exercise, well-intentioned. It just didn't come out the way we had hoped it would be. It doesn't mean that we wouldn't try it in the future, but right now it's just determined that this doesn't make any sense to do that approach.
Okay. I saw an item on the agenda that was kind of a return. It was accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. There was kind of a buzz about that a year or two ago, and that was back on this Tuesday's agenda.
Correct. The Iowa legislature passed additional modifications, requirements that apply statewide relative to accessory dwelling units. And so it was our responsibility to bring our ordinance into alignment with the changes that are required by the Iowa legislature. So we considered those, moved on the first reading of the changes to that ordinance. So what was interesting, though, in the conversation was so far, after we initiated and allowed for this to occur in many of the neighborhoods, there have been 0 applications for an ADU to be built on anyone's property, which surprised not only council but staff, because this is a great opportunity to help provide some affordable housing for either people that may be in need of that, or it could be a relative or a friend that needs a place to stay. Also, these are sometimes referred to as in-law suites or in-law dwellings, and they certainly are championed by the AARP as an opportunity to help provide housing for older adults. So anyway, the ordinance will end up being passed prior to July 1, so it can be signed and adopted and go into effect July 1.
Okay. One of the last items on the agenda had to do with the airport entryway improvements.
Yes, we received bids on parking lot expansion at the airport. And not only is this for a base bid, which is a main parking lot area, but bids came in low enough that we were able to add some additional parking on the north side of the main parking lot area. The motion also included submitting a grant application to the FAA based on the bid that was awarded. And so there's a lot of exciting things going on at the airport. Improvements continue to be made, and it's really the airport is really a lot of times is a first entry point for people flying in, coming to Ames. And as we see more and more businesses that are locating and expanding in the community, this is an important project to continue to serve the needs of those who use our municipal airport.
Well, there are nearly 60 items on the agenda, but I have to congratulate you on a fast meeting. It was well run and got over 90 minutes maybe in the regular part of the meeting.
Yeah, we appreciate the fact that staff does a great job of preparing council action forms that are informative. Council endeavors to get questions answered prior to the meeting. And also we always look forward to having people come and offer input on these items that are on the agenda. And at times, we have robust input sessions. Sometimes we don't have as much. So this was a meeting where most of the items are already pretty well documented, explained, and council had good handles on what was on the agenda.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Mayor John Haila, and explaining the June 9th council meeting to us, going over the details. This podcast is one of the ways the city is working to keep residents informed about what happens at city council meetings. Thank you, Mayor Haila, for joining us to review the June 9th city council meeting. Our next city council workshop will be June 16th, when we'll discuss construction delivery methods. The next regularly scheduled council meeting will be Tuesday, June 23rd. We'll be back both before and after that meeting to help you stay informed.
From Agenda to Action is a City of Ames podcast.